The summer my neighbor Carol had a zinnia bed so full of color that people actually slowed their cars down on our street. I was standing 15 feet away looking at my own zinnias with barely a bloom on them. I had planted the same week she did. Same seeds, same soil, same sun. I watered all season. I did everything the back of that seed packet said to do, and still my bed had gone quiet by the middle of July, while hers was erupting with fresh flowers right through September. I finally walked over and asked her what she was doing differently. She looked at me and said, "Have you ever pinched them?" I had not, and that was only the beginning of what I had been getting wrong. Here is the truth about zinnias. They are not difficult plants. They are actually one of the most rewarding flowers in the summer garden when you understand what they need. But there are 10 specific things that separate a zinnia bed that quits on you in July from one that is still pouring out fresh color when the first frost finally shuts it down. Most of those things go directly against what the seed packet tells you, and almost none of them come up at the garden center. That changes today. Stay with me because what I am going to share in secret number 2 is the single most powerful thing you can do for a zinnia plant, and most gardeners have never heard of it. If you are new here, welcome to the Gardening Grandma. Hit that subscribe button right now. Now let us get into these 10 secrets. Secret 1. Sow them where they will stay and wait until the soil is warm. Let me save you weeks of frustration right away. Zinnias hate having their roots disturbed. They are not like tomatoes or peppers that shrug off transplanting and bounce back within a week. When you start zinnias indoors in little trays and then move them out to the garden, you stress the root system so severely that the plant often stalls, sulks, or bolts straight to producing a single small flower on a thin stem before it ever gets large enough to be productive. I made this mistake in my first few seasons of growing zinnias. I could not understand why my indoor started seedlings never performed as well as the ones I eventually began direct seeding. The direct seeded plants, the ones that were never moved, grew fuller, branched more freely, and bloomed longer every single time. So here is what you do instead. Press your seeds directly into the soil, right where you want them to grow. About a 1/4 inch deep, covered lightly, watered gently, no transplant shock, no setback, just a plant that builds its root system from day one in the exact spot it will spend the rest of the season. But timing matters just as much as method. Zinnias are heat lovers to their core. Seeds pressed into cold soil will rot or sit completely dormant until conditions change. Wait until your soil has genuinely warmed past 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which for most of the country means a week or two after your last frost date, when nights are no longer chilly. Push a finger 2 inches into the ground. If it feels cool and damp, wait. If it feels warm, like sand at the beach on a July afternoon, you are ready. Plant into warm soil, and those seeds will be up in 4 to 7 days. Secret 2. Pinch the top off the young plant. This is the one that makes every beginner gasp, and it is probably the single most powerful action on this entire list. I know how it sounds. I know how it feels the first time you hold the scissors over that little plant. But trust me on this. When your zinnia is around 8 to 12 inches tall with 3 or 4 sets of leaves, take a clean pair of scissors and cut the entire growing tip right off. Snip just above a set of leaves, removing the top 3 to 4 inches of the plant. That single growing tip you just removed was telling the whole plant to race upward on one main stem, which gives you one flower at the top and very little else. The moment you cut it, the plant redirects all of that energy outward. It pushes new stems from every node below the cut. Instead of one stem and one flower, you get 6, 8, 10 stems, each one capable of producing its own bloom. You have multiplied your harvest with a cut that takes 5 seconds. Do it to every plant early in the season. A pinched zinnia is a generous zinnia. Secret 3. Give them far more space than the seed packet suggests. Crowding is the quiet killer of zinnia beds, and almost every gardener is guilty of it. The seed packet says 6 inches. I am telling you to ignore that number. Here is what most gardeners never discover until the damage is already done. Zinnias are highly susceptible to powdery mildew, that white dusty coating that creeps across the leaves in midsummer and shuts the plant down. The number one trigger is poor air circulation, and the number one cause of poor air circulation is plants packed too close together with no room for air to move between them. When zinnias are spaced properly, 9 to 12 inches apart for the larger varieties, leaves dry out quickly after morning dew and rain. Mildew spores land but cannot establish because the surface dries fast. Pack those same plants too close and the leaves stay damp for hours, which is all mildew needs to take hold. I have replanted entire crowded zinnia beds with proper spacing and watched the disease problem disappear the following season without changing a single other thing. Give them room. Your bed will look sparse for 3 weeks. By midsummer, it will be full, healthy, and blooming longer than anything you have planted before. Secret 4. Water the soil, not the leaves. Always in the morning. How you water matters as much as how often. Here is the rule I follow without exception. Water goes on the soil, never on the foliage. Every time you run a sprinkler over zinnias, every time you hold a hose up over the top of the plant and let it rain down through the leaves, you are creating exactly the warm, damp conditions that fungal disease needs. Droplets sitting on leaves overnight are an open invitation for powdery mildew and leaf spot. Aim at the base of the plant, at the soil line, and keep the leaves completely dry. A soaker hose run along the base of your row is ideal because it delivers water precisely to the root zone without touching a single leaf, and always water in the morning. Morning watering means any incidental splash has the entire sunny day to dry before evening arrives. Deep watering done 2 to 3 times a week builds deep, strong roots that sustain the plant through August heat. A shallow sprinkle every day builds shallow, lazy roots that stress the moment the weather turns serious. Secret 5. Feed for flowers, not for leaves. Here is a mistake I see gardeners make with the best intentions. They want more blooms, so they reach for the fertilizer and apply it generously. But if that fertilizer is high in nitrogen, the first number on the label, they have just told the plant to grow leaves, not flowers. Nitrogen drives vegetative growth at the direct expense of bloom production. I have sat with gardeners who fertilized their zinnias on a careful schedule all season and could not understand why the plants were so lush and so completely flowerless. The answer was right there on the bag they had been using. What zinnias actually need is phosphorus and potassium, the second and third numbers on the label. Those are the nutrients that drive flower bud formation and strong stems. A tomato fertilizer works beautifully because tomatoes and zinnias want the same thing from the soil. Apply it lightly every 2 weeks during the growing season, and that is genuinely enough. Zinnias evolved to thrive in average soil. They do not need to be coddled. A light, steady feeding schedule gives you flowers. A heavy hand gives you a beautiful green jungle you cannot cut from. Before we go any further, I want to ask you something. Drop your U.S. state or your USDA hardiness zone in the comments right now. I read every single one. Where you are growing shapes everything. Your timing, your variety choices, your frost dates, when to stop feeding. It helps me bring you advice that actually fits your specific climate. Just your state, just your zone. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do that right now. I post new gardening guidance every week right here, completely free, and I would love to have you here for all of it. Secret 6. Deadhead relentlessly and cut deeper than you think. A zinnia has one biological goal, and it is not to fill your garden with color. It is to make seeds. The moment a bloom is pollinated and begins forming a seed head, the plant considers its job done and starts slowing production. Your entire mission is to never let it reach that conclusion. That means removing every spent fading bloom before it sets seed. The moment a flower looks tired or papery, cut it. Every spent flower you remove sends a signal to the plant that it is not finished yet, that it needs to keep going, and it does. But here is what most gardeners miss. When you deadhead, do not just clip the dead flower and leave a bare stick standing up. Follow that stem all the way down to where it meets a main branch or a healthy set of leaves, and cut there. Cutting deep forces the plant to push a new branching stem from that point, giving you more flowering stems than you started with. Shallow deadheading leaves you with dead sticks and produces nothing new. Deep deadheading rebuilds the plant from the inside out. Do this every few days and your zinnias will not stop. Secret 7. Cut flowers for the house and cut them boldly. If you have been holding back from cutting your zinnias because you do not want to strip the garden, I am here to free you from that hesitation right now. Cutting zinnias for a vase is one of the most productive things you can do for the plant. It works on exactly the same principle as deadheading. You are stopping seed production and forcing new growth, except now you also walk inside with flowers for your table. When you cut, do not snip a short stem near the top. Reach deep into the plant and cut a long stem all the way down to a junction with leaves. That long cut gives you a beautiful stem for the vase and forces the plant to branch lower down, making it fuller and more productive over time. Here is a quick test to know if a bloom is ready to cut. Hold the stem about 8 inches below the flower and give it a gentle wiggle. If it bends, the stem is not fully mature. Leave it one more day. If it stands stiff and straight, cut it. A properly cut zinnia lasts a full week or more in water, and the plant thanks you by sending up more. Cut boldly and cut often. The more you take, the more you get. Secret 8. Choose varieties built to bloom all season. Not all zinnias perform the same, and if you have done everything right and still struggled, your seed selection may be the missing piece. For large classic flowers with strong stems built for cutting, the Varieties Giant series is the gold standard. Vigorous, more resistant to mildew than older varieties, and reliable from early summer through fall. For plants that branch relentlessly and cover themselves in blooms, the Oklahoma and Queen series are the workhorses of the zinnia world. They simply do not stop producing. And if you garden in a hot, humid climate where mildew has been a persistent enemy, the Profusion and Zahara types are practically bulletproof. They shrug off disease, they do not even require deadheading to keep reblooming, and they flower from spring to frost with almost no intervention from you. Match the variety to your goal and your climate before you ever buy a seed packet. Getting the genetics right from the start makes every other secret on this list easier. Secret 9. Mulch the soil and let it work all summer. Mulch is the most underused tool in a zinnia bed, and skipping it quietly costs you blooms all season without you knowing why. A 2 to 3 inch layer of shredded leaves, straw, or fine bark around your plants does 3 things at once. First, it holds soil moisture steady. Zinnias struggle when the soil swings between soaking wet and bone dry. That stress shows up directly as reduced bloom production. Mulch buffers those swings and keeps moisture in the root zone between waterings. Second, it smothers weeds, which compete with your plants for the water and nutrients that should be going into flowers. And third, and this is the one most gardeners never consider, mulch creates a barrier between the soil surface and the lower leaves of the plant. Fungal spores live in the soil and splash upward onto foliage during rain. A layer of mulch absorbs that impact and dramatically cuts down on the disease pressure that shortens a zinnia season. Put it down once your plants are established. Keep it a few inches away from the stems and let it do its work. Secret 10. Plant in waves. Then step back and let them be tough. Here are the 2 final ideas that carry color from your first planting all the way to frost. The first is succession planting. Instead of sowing all your seeds on one day, sow a fresh small batch every 2 to 3 weeks through the first couple of months of the season. Even the most productive zinnia plant eventually slows down as it ages. By staggering your plantings, you always have a wave of young, vigorous plants coming into peak production, just as the earlier ones begin to fade. This is how professional cut flower farmers ensure there is never a gap in the season. The second idea is about mindset. Once your zinnias are established and producing, stop hovering over them. Zinnias are tough, adaptable plants that perform better with some benign neglect than they do with constant attention. They handle heat that wilts other flowers. They push through dry spells. They do not need you checking on them every afternoon. Water them deeply when the soil is dry, deadhead and cut on a regular schedule. Feed them lightly, and then get out of the way. The most spectacular zinnia beds I have ever seen did not belong to the gardeners who fussed the most. They belonged to the ones who set the plants up correctly in May and trusted them to do the rest. 10 secrets, and every one of them is within your control. Sow directly into warm soil. Pinch the young plants early. Space them generously. Water the soil, never the foliage, always in the morning. Feed for flowers with the right nutrients. Deadhead deep and do it often. Cut boldly for the vase. Choose varieties built for your climate. Mulch the bed and let it work all summer. And plant in waves so you never have a quiet week from June through frost. Pick the one or two on this list that you are not doing yet and start there this season, especially that pinch in secret number 2. I have watched that single change transform a struggling zinnia bed in one summer. Then layer in the rest and see what happens year over year. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 10 surprised you the most? And are you new to zinnias, or have you been growing them for years? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one, and your questions shape what I bring you here every week. If this helped you, please share it with one gardening friend who has been disappointed by their zinnias. It costs you nothing, and it might genuinely save their season. Until next time, happy gardening. Take care of yourselves, and take care of those beautiful gardens of yours.